We've been saying Vivek.
Hey, Mr.
I
Vivek.
said we just keep saying Vivek, bro.
Just ask you, bro. But like, how did your parents say your name?
I'm black.
This has been a.
Excuse me if I'm wrong, but is it Vivek or Vivek?
Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100, y'all. We should at least hit this once a week, then.
We can do a part right here.
I need a guest in this bitch. Ain't me.
I know.
Tax.
How much?
200 done. Yeah, we just go in. Well, we know. Well, we can't even see the chat. Just let us know.
Yeah, can you put a chat on that screen with the 552? Or you can't do that? No, let me see. If not, I'll put it up on my phone. We're gonna have to put it up on the phone.
No, we ain't got to worry about the chat. Chat gonna be the chat.
Yeah, we can look at it later.
So we just gonna start and just talk.
Shut that out. All right.
Do you have your laptop?
Yeah, I got my laptop.
See the laptop, you put the laptop up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's gonna look
weird,
tacky.
though. Well, I don't think it will.
If I put it over there, if I put
Apple
it,
laptop look official more than the phone. The phone's gonna look tacky. Don't have the phone out.
We on.
All right, cool.
what up, chat?
Yes, sir.
Chat, man.
It's a big day, y'all.
Yeah, it's a crazy day,
Big
bro.
day.
How y'all woke up
Plays,
this
man.
morning, bro? I couldn't sleep last night, bro. It was a crazy.
I had to get a good night's rest, man, for game day.
Nah, I slept very good last night.
I slept great. I sleep good when I have big things to do the next day. My body knows.
I could not sleep at all, y'all. Like my night.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
I'm excited too, bro. I just been having so much going on in my mind.
Pop up right there.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We're going to see, man.
Yeah, he will. He will.
But, guys, Vivek should be in here in about 20 minutes, guys. If y'all have a question in the chat, maybe it'll get answered. And we can,
man.
ask Vivek. But this is
We're
very exciting.
We're very excited.
Yeah, y'all like the new little space.
Y'all send this to everybody, man. Send this to everybody.
I know some of y'all, some people might be at work right now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people is probably at work right now.
Might get them on lunch break, though.
Yeah.
Lunch break. It is going to be about 12. Yeah, you might get somebody.
Let's see if we can get the thumbnail on there. I don't think the thumbnail's on there. Let me go ask him. I'm going to be back, guys.
So, Mr. Roan,
What's up, buddy?
how's it been lately?
Things been good.
Good, man. Good.
Life's good. I'm blessed.
You like to be in Houston? You like Houston, man?
I like Houston. It's hot.
It's hot, man.
Extremely hot.
Man,
I like it so far.
I'm going to keep it 100, y'all. I prefer Houston over L.A. And y'all
Oh, yeah.
Living?
Dude, I said
yeah.
that. I said that when we were there.
Yeah.
I'm also give it 100. It was too cold out there for me, man. I was so happy to
I
get
like
back.
the weather.
I like the
That's
weather.
What
The weather was the best
I would
part.
trade those weathers.
Y'all rather just stay in the cold like that?
It wasn't cold, but it wasn't
Man,
hot.
y'all, I was freezing
It
out
was
there.
a perfect.
At night,
the
I
weather
was
was
cold.
perfect. In my opinion.
Man, that's crazy. Like, I'm going to keep it 100. I prefer to be in the heat right now. Just getting sweaty.
Yeah, I disagree
Sticky.
about that one.
Taj, your surprise. You getting your surprise today?
Yeah, Lord's willing, man.
Okay.
Lord's willing after this day, man. I just got to go pull up and get it. Shouldn't be that far from here.
You gotta show the
talking about
the
my boy,
gang, man.
my boy new car.
Yeah, man.
I ruined it.
Yeah, bro.
I'm sorry.
You terrible.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to tell the gang, though, man. It's cool.
I wish you could see the chat.
What happened?
I can't hear your mic right now, Salo, for some reason.
Solid ruined the surprise, man.
For who?
For the subscribers.
Oh.
Yeah, and you didn't hear it either. So
Yeah, Brandon don't even know.
you just gonna find out later.
All right.
Brandon going to be fucked up.
Yeah, I was.
We live right now?
Yeah, we
live,
live, right
man.
now. We're going live right now, my brother.
Nice.
Don't say nothing too crazy.
I wasn't planning on it.
Shout out. Saul like he about to go golf, man. He Tiger Woods' son right there. He about to go crazy.
Hey, y'all, did y'all see the Steph Curry hole-in-one, bro?
Yeah,
I
Steph
did,
can
bro.
golf. He won that tournament.
For
He
real?
needs
He
to be
won.
studied in a lab.
Nah, for real, bro. That was insane. Like,
That ain't normal.
No, he's a beast. I want to be good at golf. That's definitely something I've been
I
wanting
was
to get
just
good
going to
at.
say that.
Yeah,
It's
we need to get a
definitely a
golf
hobby I wanna
trainer.
pick up.
Get a golf trainer.
y'all,
We should go to that
Twice a week.
Tiger Woods spot.
Oh yeah, I'm going there.
Mini golf spot. Check it out.
Yeah,
Man, you know the crazy part? I could, like, hit the ball. I just don't know how to control it, really. I think I'd be
That's
hitting
the
it too
main
hard.
problem. You got to keep that thing straight
Yeah, I
down
be
the fairway.
at Top Golf, I'm trying to smack that bitch.
Yeah,
No,
you got to
yeah, I
be
suck
soft
at
with
It's
golf.
it.
definitely a hobby I want to develop. Is golf.
I'm definitely like a D+ golfer. But compared to y'all, I'm probably like a B plus.
That's crazy.
Nah, I suck.
I'm not bad.
I'm
I'm
good.
actually not bad compared to y'all.
I'm good to
But
putt-putt.
compared to like someone who knows what they're doing, I suck.
I think he's boosting his abilities, guys.
So I'm not bad, bro.
Man, we should have a tournament then. We
We will, bro. I promise I'll win.
I bet I'll
promise I'll
win.
win. You want 200 push-up?
200 push-ups. All right.
That's easy.
I'm not gonna just smack the ball harder. I just got
That's
at least.
fine.
I just gotta get at least 3 hits and I'm straight. I get 3 hits in each. You know.
That'd be a fun video, golfing with us.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to hit it at all.
Yeah,
I
you.
guarantee you.
I remember you kept
suck.
missing. That was so funny.
Y'all
bro.
remember at Top Golf how I was sending them things to the
I
net?
suck.
Well, I hit the ball over the net though.
You did. To the side. Over the side net. Hey, no.
All right, we 15 minutes out.
Man, shout out to Chris, man.
You guys reading chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way, man. We can't see the chat. We have to be able to get that.
Tapping with the guys.
If we podcast
You might as
more,
well get the laptop, man.
Yeah, get the lappy, man.
I want the laptop. I get the laptop, man. For y'all.
You
I mean,
about to run out with the
yeah, we could
headphones
do
on.
it. We could just
I
place
feel
it
like
right
would
here.
look- Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad at all.
I'll say that looks
What
bad.
is this picture I was looking at?
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking we should restart it low key because
What is that pic?
we didn't put the thumbnail on there first,
And
so
you
maybe
can't do
we
that
should.
first?
I mean, it's on there now, but I don't know if people are gonna see that off the rip. Like, go to your YouTube right
Hey,
now.
thanks,
see if you can
Eli.
see it.
Appreciate you.
See if the thumbnail's on there. Or yep, it's on there now.
Whose
I think it's on
studio
there
is
now.
this? That's private information, but
Oh, it's Johnny.
how did we meet? We all ran track at University of Louisiana, but I've known Brock since like 6th grade. We're from the same city.
let me see.
Yeah, man. The connection was automatically there.
From the same city in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, thummies up, man. When I
Yeah.
go to it.
Hey, I think it's
I was seeing an old thummy. I'm
Yeah, it
seeing
was
when
a-
we were ranking stuff back at the edge. Saw
yeah,
those
I don't know why that
shirtless.
thumbie's on there.
Ross is in there. Taj is bald. Hey man, if Vivek gets elected, we'll be friends with the president, guys.
No, yeah, that would be crazy.
Presidential
We'll be able to
ties.
pull up.
How would that feel?
Diplomatic immunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, we'll be
Hey,
able
y'all,
to see the
so-
chat, guys. We'll be able to see you guys. Once Taj pulls up the chat.
Where are we? We're just in a
Texas.
neutral location. To, you know, just
We're
make
in
it look a
the
little
state
more
of Texas.
professional. You know, we've got a presidential
In the United
candidate. You know, we
States.
gotta step up the game. We gotta get right for this guy.
Couldn't be
Sit
in there.
down, buddy.
Do it big for him.
My phone mic ready. I'm trying to get the live stream on.
You have to probably get the Wi-Fi, man.
Got the Wi-Fi already.
Did
It's
Ross
all right.
move out with you guys? No.
That's so we. I mean, he just didn't come, guys.
Yeah, he
He just didn't come.
wanted to be with his wife. Future wife.
That's kind of what happened, man. Gotta be honest.
So
Y'all
man,
turned my husband and
But-
I to Vivek. Hey, that's dope.
What kind of pissed me off though, when we got on No Jumper, just for fun, everybody was all like, "I see why Ross left you guys,
Yeah,
and you
we're
guys are." They just tried to demonize.
Yeah, we're
us,
getting a
like-
lot of negative backlash for that.
Like-
we were just trying to do something cool,
Yeah, it was
man.
just
We got invited
different.
to a podcast. First time. You guys got to make it so negative. We were just
that
in
was
there on some super
extremely
casual
negative.
stuff, vibing with the guys, you know?
yeah, they're just very, very casual.
It's very casual.
Extremely casual. They make you feel comfortable though. You feel
Yeah,
like
it
you
was
can
fun.
be on camera.
They did make us feel very comfortable, man.
Hey, you go on your YouTube and see if the thumbnails.
Yeah,
up.
they
Guys.
said the audio was on point.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's why we're here. You know, you guys were asking where we're
Guys,
at.
chat. Do you guys see that thumbnail with me and Brock and Vivek when you click it? I know it probably wasn't there at first.
So y'all want it right
But-
here, man?
Yeah, that's good.
You already got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I already got that.
Can we all read that or see that?
Yeah, we definitely can. But I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I think we might just need everybody to stick on their phone, man.
Nah, I like it, bro. Just keep it there.
It looks nice.
It's cool.
Right
It's
here?
not. It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
It's dope, man.
Countdown.
Well,
Somebody
Man,
said-
if we get Trump, they said if we get
Yeah.
Trump, boy,
I seen that.
we gonna
That
have.
would be
hey,
very
That would
I'm telling
be-
y'all,
that
one
would
day
be
we gonna-
amazing.
Trump, hey, I'm gonna call it now, man. I'm speaking to existence.
yeah, we're gonna get Trump,
Trump
bro.
will come on our podcast.
Hey, you said the word woke
On
needs
our
to be
show.
canceled. We're going to ask Vivek what he feels about that, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people want that question.
Yeah, you know,
What do you
that's a
think
great
about
question.
Y'all know who I really want to get on, man. When we get up,
But
LeBron.
I would love to have LeBron
That
on the
would be
podcast.
amazing.
I will be so excited about that.
That would
Me
be
too.
I like
amazing.
LeBron. I
I'm
don't
like-
know if I'll just. I'm kind of. I don't know.
I asked him some. I don't know.
Then you can sit that one out, bud.
You can sit up to Brian. I'm tell Brian bring the tequila on.
I'm
Let me get a
glad the
shot.
quality's up to par for you guys. You know, we had to do it big for our lovely supporters.
Wait, so did they say? Okay, yeah, they said that they do see the thumbnail. Guys did say y'all see that. I don't want Vivek to see the old us.
Yes, in the hood.
I don't want him
Back
to see
in the
the old
Louisiana
us.
days.
What if we could react like this every day?
That would be phenomenal.
That would be
cool.
so great.
This
That
is
would
more
be
laid back and
phenomenal.
chill.
It
Like
looks so like
It's way more professional this way.
it is.
it's very
But
laid back.
I don't think the guys would like it. You know.
We
I don't
are
know, 'cause
almost
they wouldn't
10
feel like
minutes
they're
out.
home with us.
Y'all keep it 100. Y'all like us like this, or y'all like the regular reaction, like how we look?
I said, don't start wearing pants now. We had to look good. We had to look good, guys.
No,
This guy's running for commander in
Switch it up.
chief of the free world. You had to look good for him.
I know they probably messed up. They
Yeah,
was like,
man, we
everybody got a button up butt ties.
Man said Vivek and Brandon 24. Unfortunately, I'm 24 years old. I don't meet the qualifications just
Brandon
yet.
for the VP.
I don't meet the
Brandon
qualifications
for
just
VP.
yet.
Let go, Brandon.
I gotta fill up my
Trump and Vivek
resume.
would be the greatest combo
Combo.
ever.
Yeah, that would be a crazy combo.
Yeah, guys, just hang out with us. You know, we're just
I
hanging
think
out.
that
before
we
it
should
gets-
ask him about that.
Gets
man.
real serious.
Nah,
That's like having.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely gonna say he
you know,
wants to
sound
win.
busty, man.
Yeah, but the numbers
That's
are
like-
showing
that's
he's
like
not
the
even
actual-
close though.
Yeah, I know, but that don't matter. It's like think about track beat. Y'all say you want to run with this dude on the relay. You like, man, I'm trying to beat him first because they got the open race first.
Yeah, yeah.
That is true.
Even
To
if
the
you
bedroom
predicted
setup
to lose,
was
I'm still not
smart.
gonna say that if I'm in the competition, no matter
That's
what.
very true. That's very true. But I mean, you know, that's like asking to Olympian. Hey, if you lost, that's like asking Usain Bolt. Well, he's gonna say, "I'm gonna be hurt if I lost." But he's not Usain Bolt. He's
Hey.
like a person coming in the race.
Hey, that's
But
crazy.
he, you know,
He's a favorite though. He is a
he's
favorite.
like
so
a young star.
Yeah,
he's
so I
like,
can
y'all
see
night.
Tell me why they asked
any
for us.
competitor don't want to lose.
They wanted us to introduce ourselves. Apparently, some people don't really know who we are.
Man.
You know?
Byron Donald, who is that?
What's your name?
They're
over
gonna
there,
ask.
man?
They're gonna ask this every video though. That's why I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how.
It's so cringe to open a video. Hey, I'm Solomon.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
take
horrible.
glory.
That's horrible.
I don't think we should do that.
Maybe what we could do is just have like our under us. Each
Bro,
person.
you have to sit in different.
We'd have to have the side
spots,
seat.
though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
keep it
what we
100.
gotta
We already got the subs. I'm like,
Hey, bro, if you go to our
down-
Instagram, you're gonna see our name.
Hey, if you go to the channels tab, you'll see our name. You know, there's lots of ways.
Yeah, it's multiple ways to see who we are.
They figured it out. They figured out our schools.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh,
but that's
Yeah,
easy
some
though.
Some dude
Our high
in the comments
schools.
Googled our high schools, telling us we don't know what it's like.
But it's easy to find our school. Come on, y'all. We was on a whole roster photo. Like, come on, you type your name in, it's gonna be a photo of you saying Raging Cajuns.
Yeah, that is very
They
true.
said our
But
high
they said they
school.
don't know our names though.
We looked
so-
up our high school.
Bro, but he got
They
a
got
high
the-
school
yeah.
from our roster photo. That's all.
Mine's not on there.
It probably is.
So the fact that he found that is crazy.
You think that
Did I
it's
say the high
not?
school you went to?
I've seen it. My roster photo on UL sucks. Whoever's the communications guy, then he was
No,
terrible.
mine still doesn't. Nothing I did there is on the roster. Like,
Yeah,
you put my
mine's
roster.
terrible. Mine says
he
I'm
was
a
like,
freshman.
Oh, he did something one time.
I'm gonna keep it.
22-year-old freshman. That's crazy. I definitely wasn't a freshman.
I'm gonna keep it 100. They probably, bro. You type your name in, you're gonna see them two roster photos. I promise.
Peter
Hold on,
Gunn.
hold on.
I
He
think
said
the
something.
Cartier family should be canceled.
Vivek said something. What did he say?
Why would you say that, Peter? Because we're not woke for you.
He said,
What did he
he
say?
asked if we all met running track together. I said, yeah. He said, all right, we want he wants like a 30-second bio background on the group and the channel whenever he joins.
All right.
So Vivek
So I
wants
just
us
give
to
him a
talk
quick little summary.
about who
Bet.
we
We'll
are.
be like, all right, Vivek, this is who we
All
are.
right,
Yeah.
that's easy.
Yeah,
This
he
is how we
gonna.
met. This. Maybe we should tell him we graduated, so he knows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we're
so
real
we all,
deal.
hey, we're awesome. Hey,
We're
don't
educated.
worry.
I'm a proud.
Don't
Of,
make us. Yeah,
I'm telling. I'm a proud American. My mama fought for this country.
I think the Cartier family should be canceled. Hey,
Yeah,
buddy,
that's the last
Who said
thing in
that?
chat.
Hey,
Peter
bud.
Gunn.
Shout out Peter, man.
we're just trying to give people
Chris
what they
Young.
want, man.
Shout
We
out
just-
Chris Young.
We
Oh,
just
God.
we just watch topics and give our subjective opinion. You know,
Every time. We're
that's
not
all it
picking a
is.
side.
Yeah, that's all it is. You know, maybe we agree, maybe we don't.
We weren't paid to pick a side.
Facts. I try to keep it as subjective as possible.
It's all right, Peter. We love you though.
I love seeing the chat fill up though. Why are you guys not talking?
We are almost 5 minutes out.
Oh yeah,
From Vivek.
His team is in the chat, so
They are in the chat. Okay.
we're ready to roll, man.
What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Let me get my
Shout out the Ramaswamy crew.
Shout out them, man. Y'all
get my ducks in order.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited.
I can't believe that people are saying that we should be canceled already, though.
Idiots. Cancel culture is fake, man.
Yeah, cancel
is.
culture is not real. We live in reality, not the internet. Sorry.
But honestly, the baby did get kind of
He
canceled.
said
though.
the new
Shoot.
Breakfast
He
Club.
back.
They said we the new Breakfast Club.
Wow.
They
that's
said
a
we the
crazy
new
statement.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
It's a crazy
oh
statement.
yeah, the chat was glitching.
We
'cause
better
it just
than the
got
Breakfast
spammed.
Club, chat. We not even compared to them. We in a whole different atmosphere,
Stratosphere.
stratosphere.
You guys are amazing young men. Hey, we just hit 1,000. Do you have a Rumble channel? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do got
Yes,
Rumble.
Tune in.
To Rumble, y'all.
Because YouTube doesn't allow a lot of things, guys. They limit a lot of things.
Yeah.
If you guys like Rumble, we have a channel. Go follow that. And
Yeah, we need to start.
if we
flooding
blow that
the
channel
Rumble,
up, if you guys blow that channel up, we'll have more content on there for
yeah,
sure.
most definitely.
But yeah, you heard it here. New pod? Hey,
Maybe, guys.
maybe
guys
some in the
really-
future, depending on how this does, we could have a pod.
Yeah, man. Drop a W right now if you want the pod, man.
Should Vivek go
Y'all Salo
independent?
don't want the
No.
pod, y'all. He don't want it. Y'all say
Chill.
Salo, we want the pod. Say that.
100% better than the
If y'all don't know what we don't have yet.
Cartier?
I'm
No.
just playing.
I'm gonna keep it 100, man. This person always show love, man. Shout out to Big Fred, bro.
Which
Shout
one
out
of, hey,
to
they
Big
said which one of
Fred,
y'all
bro.
is the Cartier version of Charlemagne?
Wow.
Charlemagne.
I haven't watched him enough to really
I'm gonna
know
keep
how
it
his
100.
Keep it 100, Todd. Who's Charlemagne?
Brandon.
Wow. What makes him Charlemagne, though?
Brandon gonna speak what's on his mind. It's
Well,
over.
they
He
putting
gonna
dubs in
stand
the
on
chat,
it.
bro. They putting dubs in the chat. A few L's, but they putting dubs in the chat.
Let's go,
I kind of
boys.
like Charlemagne more than DJ Envy,
Can
though,
I get
at
a
this
discount on
point.
some jewelry? We don't sell jewelry, buddy. Can't help you there.
They said you're the Cartier family, though.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't sell it, y'all, and we're
That's
not part of
funny.
their family.
Yeah, no. Oh,
But-
we really a family? These are my brethren.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, these my brothers, man. They said W Big Fred.
Big Freezy.
Big
Oh, man.
Freezy.
I'm in Lafayette and enjoy your channel. Hey, shout out Joey T, man.
Man, shout out to everybody sending
Boomer
donations,
sooner,
guys.
baby. Let's do it.
We're almost 4 minutes out.
4
excited.
minutes.
Did I see DDG?
Nah, bro, you wildin'. But maybe we can get Tucker. If
Tucker-
we get Tucker Carlson.
Oh, that would be
But when
amazing.
we go to Dallas and we see Mr. Ramaswamy again and all them heavy hitters out there,
Yeah.
we ain't no telling
Bro,
the connections we gonna make.
I would be so excited for Officer Tatum, though.
Yeah, I love it.
I would meet
I
him.
would
We
love
gonna
to
meet
talk
him.
to
We gonna
Officer
meet him.
Tatum.
I just want to see how
He's gonna be
this
there. I
start.
guarantee.
Damn,
Hey, he from
I-
Dallas? You said?
Yeah, he's from Dallas.
I
He'll probably
guarantee he'll be there.
Yeah.
I
Unfortunately, I
guarantee he'll
won't be there though.
Yeah,
Dang.
y'all might say
I
I'm
gotta
with.
go to my buddy's bachelor party.
y'all-
You mother. No, just playing.
Keep it 100. If you
I
could
already
talk
bought the
to,
ticket, man. It's like $500.
if y'all could talk
I'm
to
going
one,
back now.
oh my fault.
What?
Talk to
If y'all could talk to one person in the world on the podcast, who would it be?
in the world.
In the
I don't
world,
know, man.
any
If I could
person
talk to
Maybe Trump.
One person in the world.
That's
in
a
the
great
world,
question.
like a weird, like it got to be weird though. It can't be no, you know, what I'm saying?
Not Trump. I don't know.
Can't be
I wouldn't
Trump.
say Trump. No.
Nah,
Like,
in the
Trump.
whole world.
I might say some weird stuff, but I do want to like talk to the North Korea president.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't.
I love to do that, bro.
That's a
interesting.
wild one.
That is interesting.
I would,
That's very wild.
I'd rather talk to someone way cooler.
I'm gonna go get my drink.
but I just
outside.
want to try, you know, at least talk to some
You got
different
3
cultures.
minutes.
No, I wouldn't care. They have a different
minutes
culture. In Asian cultures, their culture is different.
Why haven't we
I actually
powerful?
learned that in international
They said
business.
Andrew Tate.
That would be
like to talk to
hard.
Tate.
I love.
I would want to talk to
Andrew
someone
Tate.
who could potentially help me make some money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if I could be like, yo, like let's holler at me, let's get to know each other, let's break bread. Break
I would really
slice.
like to talk to Nick Saban, man.
Nick Saban would be
That would be-
crazy, or Dion.
I feel like Nick Saban would like inspire me, or Ray Lewis. You know, Ray Lewis.
I want to.
Ray
You know,
Lewis
it's
would
gonna,
be
you
great.
guys, I want to talk to like the full send president.
Yeah,
Maybe get Kyle from
Yeah,
Milk.
yeah,
Drewski, I'd want to talk
yeah.
to Drewski. Like on some serious, like not even on like an
Mr.
interview.
Beast.
Like seriously,
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast would be dope.
Yeah.
Somebody
Beast
who
be
can like
crazy.
just like teach me something that I want to know in the same realm as me.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, Vivek wants to know about us, so we could just, we could start with you, Brock. Just go this way.
is he in here?
Nah.
He should be
Just for the
coming soon,
people type.
Oh yeah, let's give him some. Let's give him a
No,
little.
I thought
info
Vivek
about
said
him.
he wanted to know something.
Well,
Once
that
he
was
gets
for when
in
he
here.
gets in here.
He want us to give us a quick bio when he gets in here. He's not in here. He's not in here.
So
Like,
why are you
when he
saying for the
joins.
people though?
That's what I was asking. I was asking.
Oh, no. We gonna just wait till Vivek get in here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We are 1 minute out, guys. Let's see if Vivek joins. I'm so excited.
Drum roll.
Man.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the chat off for whenever he comes, man, so I can lock in.
No, definitely.
Oh, somebody crazy. They said Thomas so well.
Wait, so it's
Thomas Sewell, he's
He's
like
gonna be
90
right here?
though.
What?
he's gonna be right here.
I have no idea where he's gonna be at. Yeah,
Okay,
he's gonna
yeah,
be right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
He's gonna be right there. Okay,
Cool, man.
Yeah, Officer Tatum would be amazing. Tom McDonald.
Time.
that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. An interview with Tom.
Yeah, it'll be soon. It'll be soon. It'll be soon.
Just come hang out with the guys, you know.
Sit up straight, you know.
Trying to.
We should all have suits on. I
The
told
guy on
them.
the right is an entertainer. Who's the guy on the right?
Brock said, "Let's have suits."
That's left. She's talking about one of us.
I have no idea who he's talking about.
Wait, no. I don't know how. She's talking about one of us.
What are you talking about?
Everybody wants us to ask about Dom.
I mentioned you guys to Jason Whitlock.
I don't know.
That's the guy that's on TV?
I have no idea.
Jason Woodlock.
Pretty sure he's on TV. He's on ESPN. He be hating.
Somebody said Trump Elder 2020.
Somebody said Ben Carson.
I would like to talk to Ben Carson.
Yeah, I want to see what his perspective is.
He's phenomenal. He's a brain surgeon. He ran for president back in 2016.
What did he say? Okay, yeah, bring him in.
I left. Yeah,
God.
she's talking about you. She said you're an entertainer. Vivek, wow.
This is crazy.
Let's see if we can hear him.
This is amazing.
Oh, what's up, Vivek? That's crazy.
Yeah, we can't hear
Yeah,
him.
we can't hear you.
No, we
Can't
can't
hear
hear
him.
you.
Yeah, Vivek. They said they're not getting anything on your end.
Let's see. Give it a second. Give it a second.
This is amazing.
You can hear us, right? Yeah, nah, I don't think he
Yeah,
can
I
hear
don't know
us.
if you can hear us.
Hold on, let me think. Why can't we hear him?
I don't know.
Let's see. Should I go in there and check?
We still can't hear you, Vivek. You can hear us?
Let's see if the chat. Chat, can y'all hear him? Okay, let's go try to figure it right quick, Vivek.
Still can't
Yeah,
hear
we're still
him.
struggling to hear you.
Yeah,
Can't hear you.
let me go figure it out really quick.
Yeah. Sorry about this.
Hold on.
Yeah, studio manager says he can.
He said he can hear us.
Okay.
You can hear us?
Yeah, but we
Yes.
can't hear him.
can hear you.
Oh, I can hear him. I can hear him. I can hear him.
There
I can hear him.
goes.
Come on, Salo. Mr. Ramaswamy, man, how's it going?
What's
Hey
good?
guys, how you doing? Can you
We're
hear
good,
me?
man. We're excited. We're excited for
This
this.
is big.
Yeah, this
Thank
is
you.
I'm
Thank
looking
you so
forward to
much for doing this.
Hey, tell me everybody's names.
Okay, I'm Brock. This is Taj, Brandon, and Solomon.
Solomon.
So we all ran track together at the University of Louisiana. We all
Excellent.
graduated this past May. So now we're on this journey, you know, this YouTube journey, trying to figure
Good for
out
you.
life.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations,
Appreciate that.
guys. I'm,
Sir,
I'm
thank you.
happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah. So we each probably just wanted to get, you know, a question or two off because, you know, you're a busy guy, you know, but,
Yeah.
you know, so my first question, because, you know, I just feel like this
Hold on. I want to see. How did you see us? How did you
Oh, yeah.
come about seeing us?
You know, Zach on my team who set this up with you
Yeah.
guys sent me your link, and apparently a bunch of people sent it to us.
Yeah.
And then a few days later, my dad sent it to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it the Breakfast Club one or was it? Which one
That-
was it?
It was about where you were talking about the
Yeah.
breakfast.
yeah
Okay.
Yeah.
And and I'm
Okay.
all about total honesty. Like my dad sent it to me, and I was super excited about it. I hadn't had a chance to watch it yet, so I'm still
Okay.
looking forward to watching it.
Okay.
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen it. But I was told that you guys were young and energetic and interested in some of the things I'm talking about. So I
Definitely.
wanted to
Yeah,
make a quick
definitely,
point to have a
definitely.
chat.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of your videos. You're always very well spoken.
Yeah, you just make the most sense.
Man,
Like,
you make a lot of
just
sense.
Common sense logic. It just makes sense. It's
Yeah,
simple. That's why we like you.
It's great to see a young, fresh face out there too. So it's easy to get behind you.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you tell me what.
Yeah.
You tell me I'm all yours. So
Okay.
let's get,
Okay. So
into whatever you want to get into.
okay, perfect. Well, this might sound a little, aggressive just because how it sounds.
That's
but
okay.
I want to know, like, a big problem in the United States right now, I believe, has been mass shootings. So if you became the president, like, what would you do to help prevent those?
Yeah, it's a serious question, right? And so I think the tempting thing to say is that the guns are indeed responsible. And I understand where people are coming from when they say it. I think that abandons the courage we need to see what's actually going on in our country. We have a mental health epidemic in the United States today. That's the reality. Depression, anxiety, mental health illness more broadly, I think are up twofold amongst young people since 2020 alone. And so I think that's a national disaster. And if you look, it's an interesting and sad fact, but most of the people who are committing mass shootings, it's not 100% of them, but it is darn close to 100% of them grew up in fatherless households or a single parent household.
Wow.
Which in turn is actually correlated with deep mental health illness.
Dang.
And personally, what I think is going on in the country right now is that we live in this moment where all of us, especially young people, we're hungry for purpose and meaning and identity at a time when the things that used to ground us, faith in God, belief in country, whatever it is, these things have disappeared and we're lost in this void. And so one of the things that I think we need to talk about, what I'm going to say is, you said you'd start with an aggressive question. I'll come with a controversial thought right back at you, is that as we have seen a decline in mental health hospitals, we've actually seen an increase in shooting-related deaths.
Oh, wow.
It's like a one-to-one correlation, almost in opposite divergent directions, so like a -1 correlation.
Dang.
And I think we need to start taking that mental health epidemic much more seriously. I do not think that banning or reducing guns of any kind is going to stop criminals who are going to do something that heinous. They're going to break an anti-gun law as well. In fact, many of them did unlawfully possess their firearm, is what we start to learn. But that mental health epidemic is something we've got to get to the root cause of. And I do think that the revival of mental health institutions in our country, many of which have shuttered, are going to be part of that solution, even though that's something you haven't been allowed to talk about in polite company for the last 20, 30 years. The other special category that I think we can take care of is schools. I'm a parent of 2 sons. My older son's 3, my younger son is 1. I think it's unconscionable that we as parents now have to think, a lot of us across the country, about that risk when we send our kids to schools. And so what I've said is I have a separate plan to shut down the U.S. Department of Education, which has been a national disaster. But for less than 25% of that budget, we could actually put 3 armed security guards in every school across this country. And to me, it's not even close, which is a better use of funds. And so that's something that I think is an important way to address this in the school shooting setting as well.
See, I like that. He gave an exact solution. This is the answer right here. This is what we're gonna do. I couldn't ask for a better answer. I appreciate you so
And
much.
we've
And
said
I agree.
that.
Yeah,
We've said
I
that
agree.
before.
That's what we said. We just didn't know how to get it done because we're not the president.
But
Yeah.
I thought they already have some schools that have SROs kind of already in the schools sometime.
Yeah,
That's
but not
not-
3.
So that's why I go to 3, exactly. I think that locking the doors is important, but I think that 1, there's a exponential increase in your ability to actually secure the kids in that school. 1, often you're just checking the box, right? You give yourself the psychological security. But I think in the Nashville case, for example, tragic case, I believe, I may be remembering this wrong, but I believe there was actually 1 armed security guard in that school. But once you're at 3, you then have a deterrent function, and anybody who's even remotely planning that, let alone even the effectiveness of stopping it, 3 armed security guards per school would actually get that job done. That's no small expense, but it's a tiny expense compared to how much we waste through the federal bureaucracy of the Department of Education as it exists right now. So that's where I'm at on that issue.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I'd like to ask you about a video you just put out. You warned that January 6th was a friendly preview of what's to come if things don't change. Are you saying that another Biden term would lead to another insurrection? And do you think it's dangerous to make that type of prediction?
So it's a good question. And I think very carefully about the things that I'm saying and the way that I'm saying them, because I care about reviving national unity in this country. I do not want to head to a national divorce. But in any human relationship, let's use that divorce example, I think you got to have deep honesty if you're starting from a fraught place in a relationship We've got to be very brutally honest, unsparingly honest, if there's a chance of healing and moving forward. That's where I think we are as a country. And so it's not another Biden term that I'm talking about. I don't think the real divide in this country is between Republicans and Democrats. Personally, this is another topic we could talk about for another day. I think if Trump is not the nominee, Biden will not be permitted to run. The managerial class will not let him run. I expect to be the nominee, and I am confident that they will not let Biden run against me. The managerial class will then whip out the documents case they have on him and use that as an excuse to get him to step aside if he doesn't do it voluntarily. So this isn't a Biden thing. That's thinking very parochially. And I think some Republicans, end up falling into that trap. This is about something deeper. I think what led to January 6th, right? And I've been very clear about this, by the way. I do not like what happened on January 6th. I don't want to see something like that happen again in this country. I would have made very different decisions and judgments than President Trump did in how he handled that day.
Okay.
I'm running for the GOP nomination. But the actual cause of it, I think, was frustration amongst a group of people who for a year had been told to shut up, sit down, and do as they're told. COVID lockdowns, shut up, sit down, and do as you're told. Hunter Biden laptop story on the eve of an election. You can't share it. Shut up, sit down, do as you're told. COVID origin, it came from a lab in China. No, it's not. You're a racist for saying it and will lock your social media accounts for saying so. Time and again, while, by the way, protesters of a different political persuasion are literally burning the streets of Portland or other cities across this country, Minneapolis, other cities in Wisconsin and otherwise. That double standard, I think, fomented a boiling over of frustrations. And January 6th was just the final catalyst. And until we come to terms with that, if we're going to continue that culture of pervasive censorship, then absolutely, I think we're at risk of worse happening in this country. That's not a prediction. I hope it's an anti-prediction. I hope it is a warning for what we want to avoid. Because if we allow people to speak freely in this country, right, that's our path to allowing people to air their frustrations in ways that don't lead us to physical violence. And I've said this often, if you tell people they cannot speak, that is when they scream. But if you tell people they cannot scream, that is when they resort to tearing things down. And so I didn't make a prediction. I'm offering a heartfelt warning of something that I don't want to see happen in this country. My role in this as a leader is to make sure that we never get there. By making sure that, and I try to do my part. If there's a protester at one of my events, and we've started to have some, I give them the mic. I say, hey, you know what? You get to speak your mind. I will answer your question. It has to, good question ends with a question mark, but you get the mic. You get to speak. We're a country. I'm not running to lead a political party. I'm running to lead a nation. And so I try to practice what I preach. But I think until every American looks himself and herself in the mirror and asks what role each of us played in creating the conditions for what happened on January 6th. Until we go through that level of honest introspection, then yes, I do worry that we may take the risk of worse happening. And me saying it or not saying it isn't going to be the cause of it happening. What's going to be the cause of it happening is the frustrations that tens of millions of Americans have that they hadn't had a chance to actually air in the open. And I think our path forward as a country, it runs through more speech, not less speech. And until we learn that lesson, I think we run that risk. Absolutely, we do. And I'm keen to make sure we don't get there.
Yeah, that's a great way to put that. I think when you highlighted people not being able to talk about their frustrations and things, that definitely is what led to that point. And I've noticed since then, and since these things have happened, there's been a lot more like outcry and outrage and backlash to these things that people are considering touchy topics. So I think what you said was great. I definitely agree. That was very well said, sir.
I have a question on something that you said. Oh, can you hear me? Okay, here it goes.
Yeah,
I have a question on something that you said. So when you mean that they won't let you run against Biden, what do you exactly mean when you say that?
Well, I mean, they won't let Biden run against me.
What do you mean, though? Why won't they allow that?
Well, I think that it will become increasingly obvious to the establishment that does not want a candidate, an outsider like Trump, or in this case, I'm the new outsider in this race, an outsider like myself, who has come in to say, I will dismantle the federal bureaucracy.
Okay.
I've identified a list of government agencies we will shut down. I've said that I would reduce the federal employee headcount by over 75%. I said the remaining 25%, the majority of them will move out of Washington, D.C. I've said 8-year term limits for the bureaucrats instead of just term limits for elected officials, which I also favor. If I, as president, can't work for the federal government for more than 8 years, which I think is a good thing, by the way, I don't think most of those federal bureaucrats should either. This is deeply disruptive to the way that business is done in Washington, D.C., deeply disruptive to the bureaucracy that really festers in Washington, D.C. I think that bureaucracy is really what's pulling the strings of their puppet, which happens to be Joe Biden, who's sitting in that office today.
Okay.
I think on their calculus, Biden's defeated Trump, in their view, in a general election once. He can do it again. Let's keep that puppet up there and do everything we can in the meantime through a federal administrative state to try to eliminate Trump from competition and to weaken him. But Biden can push that one over the finish line by a narrow margin. I think that's their calculus. But if a candidate like me is the nominee, and I do expect to be the GOP nominee, I think it will become obvious. I'm less than half of Biden's age. I don't even talk about Republicans and Democrats. I'm building a pro-American movement.
Yeah.
I mean, even where we are in this campaign now, 40% of the 65,000 plus donors that have given to our campaign already are first time ever donors to the GOP in any form, right? This goes beyond partisan politics. They know that I would defeat Biden in a landslide. And so, yes, I think they will not let him. They literally will not let him run. What will they say? They'll ask him to step aside. If he disagrees, they'll say, well, then, hey, those documents that you kept near your Corvette in your garage, we're going to bring the case against you, just like we did against Trump. And then the fact that they brought the case against Trump give them cover to do it against Biden, because they can say, hey, we're just being even-handed, because that's their best way of also proving that they didn't weaponize the system against Republicans. They're doing it then against a Democrat, too. And so, again, it's not between Republicans and Democrats. That's not the real divide that we have in this country.
Yeah.
It is between the managerial class and the everyday citizen. And I stand on the side of the everyday citizen. It is the Great Reset versus the Great Uprising. I stand on the side of the Great Uprising. But I think that's the real divide in this country. And I think the black versus white or Democrat versus Republican, blue versus red stuff, that's a deflection tactic to stop us from seeing the essence of that managerial class, that unelected bureaucracy that actually holds the keys to power in the United States. And so, yes, I stand by it. I expect to be the nominee, and I expect that I will not be running against Biden because they will not let him run against me.
They're using race as a distraction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so a question that I've been thinking about for a long time. Okay, you've been saying that education is the way out of poverty. And
Yes.
so how do you plan to improve the quality of education in underprivileged communities and ensure that children have a way out, no matter the social economic background?
Yeah, I mean, people should not be enslaved by the zip code that they're born in, and I use that word literally. I think this is the civil rights issue of our time, really. You talk about silly race-based quota systems on the back end. The problem starts in early childhood education, where people are literally trapped in the zip code where they're born. That's how you get generational systemic inequality. And yet the irony is the very people who favor the back end Band-Aids are the ones who are opposed to reform on the front end. So how do we do it? We need to rethink the educational system to be based upon, who would have ever thought, the achievement of students, rather than on providing employment perks to the bureaucrats, including those who run the teachers' unions, that hold those students captive. So I'm going to share an interesting fact with you. There is an inverse correlation. Okay, so that doesn't just mean there isn't a good enough correlation. There's literally an inverse correlation. It's the opposite. That is to say that the more you spend per student in the public schools, literally the less well those students are actually performing.
Wow.
That should be mind-boggling. So on a
is.
per student basis, in certain cities in this country where they're spending $35,000, $40,000 per student per year, in places like the inner cities of Philadelphia or Chicago, those schools are delivering worse results than charter schools or private schools or even other public schools that are spending $15,000 to $20,000 per student per month.
What?
It's insane.
So
It's
it's
crazy.
staggering. So part of my vision here is, let me give you my policy. I'm going to shut down the U.S. Department of Education. That's the head of the snake at the federal government level.
Okay.
Give that money back to the people that allow parents to be able to choose where they send their kids to school, to be able to take them out of those public schools that are failing and move them to private schools or charter schools, even if it's outside their district, because they have enough money, yes, money in the parents' pockets to actually do it. And then I go one step further with this one. I think that this is the cherry on top, but it's a big one. It's a way of starving the bureaucracy of the teachers' unions at the state level. So let's say a parent takes their kid out of one of those schools that is spending $40,000 per student per year and moving to one that spends $20,000 per student per year. I think literally that family should get half the difference. So that 40,000 minus 20,000 is $20,000. I think that family should be able to get the $10,000 difference that literally goes into the kid's account. And so we've done some modeling on this in terms of if you assume normal investment returns, it starts in kindergarten. By the time they get to 12th grade, what does that add up to? We're talking about a $250,000, under some assumptions, a $300,000 graduation gift waiting for that kid when they graduate from high school.
I like
That's
that.
a pretty good graduation gift.
That's amazing.
That is insane.
My question is, how can that kid get to the school if the parent can't take them though?
Yeah.
Like that's the,
So a lot of this does start with the family, and there's multiple senses in which you might mean that, the economic struggle of the family. Let's start with that fact I shared earlier, right? Even if the schools are doing their job, the kids who grow up in a fatherless household are at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And it is true that 25% of kids grow up today in fatherless households, 8 times more likely to end up on drugs or have a mental health disorder or commit suicide. I think at least 8 to 10 times as more likely to end up in jail, far poorer economic and educational outcomes. And so we're not going to be able to fix that just by reforming the educational system. I'm never a believer in waving a magic wand and advocating for silver bullet solutions. But the fact that that is a separate issue that needs to be addressed doesn't mean that we should not address our
that makes
educational
sense.
system, because I think that can address a leap forward. We're going to talk about the family structure. A big part of what I would do, I've said this very clearly, is we have a bad habit in this country, the federal government does, of literally paying people to do the exact opposite of what we actually want them doing. So in this case, we often pay single mothers more money from the federal government not to have a father in the house than to maybe be married and have that father in the house. That doesn't make any sense to me. You say pay people more to stay home rather than to go to work.
Hello, Vivek.
It's a bad habit that we need to end.
Well, that's a great point. That
is a great point, but I don't know for my.
I'm just gonna text somebody to bring me a water.
One of my friends, but I came from a single home, but my mama just raised me a military mother. So I feel like, in my opinion, because I lived in that situation before, I feel like it's more on the person to push forward than I say it's on the family, because like you got to be the one to say I got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
You made that choice.
So are you saying, Vivek, so is it not a such thing as redlining? Like, okay, so you live in this area, you go to this school. So you're saying that you're going to cancel that and then allow someone to go to any school, but wouldn't that make some schools have less students and more schools have more students, and it would just be a problem? I think that would be a problem.
So I don't think that would be a problem because it would force the schools that are failing to level up. So here's a fact about the schools that are failing. They disproportionately are controlled by teachers' unions. And so if you get to the details of my plan, in order to get that money coming from the closed Department of Education that comes back down to the states and to the people, they have to, A, have school choice programs in that state already, but B, they have to write their teachers' contracts in the public schools in a way that end the teachers' unions themselves. I think that's a big part of the problem in this country. Once we end the teachers' unions, those schools can actually compete. And to say that, they're going to have fewer students, that's what I call the strategy of starving the bureaucracy. So that's how it gets done.
That makes sense.
They can meet.
So, if they don't level up the school, then
People not gonna come.
Yeah, people not going to come. And that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
There you go ahead.
So Vivek,
It's the motto. Yeah.
I'd like to ask you a question. So earlier when I asked you about the January 6th thing, you said about how they're burning the streets down in Portland. So I want to ask you, in a lot of democratic cities like Chicago and San Francisco, we're seeing a spike of crime and a lot of crime going on. Do you have any plans to address that if you were nominated as president or elected as president?
I do. I think it is a travesty that we have the crime wave we do in cities across this country. And, look, I'm doing my best to also walk the walk and keep an open mind and not just be fed the talking points that you hear from media. I visited the south side of Chicago. I went there. I went to Kensington a couple weeks ago.
I seen
don't know
that.
if you guys know
Yes,
about
we
Kensington.
did see that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, these are, these are sad places, particularly Kensington. It was a sad place to visit. I mean, I'd visited India, third world country, many times, rural and bad cities as well, when I was a kid growing up in the 1990s. Some of the stuff you'd see there, most Americans had not seen. What I saw in Kensington is probably worse than I have seen in any of my visits to India, because it's not just the poverty, it's literally people shooting up with injected drugs in broad daylight, and there's not police or anybody else to do a darn thing about it. And so I think that this is a real problem, but the way I'm going to address it is a lot of this does have to be done at the local level, but here's what a president can do. No funding to a local police department or a locality or a state or a municipality that limits police officers' ability to be able to just do their jobs and enforce the law. I think in many cases there's been an erosion of what's called qualified immunity, which is to say that a police officer has a much higher standard of whether they can be sued for carrying out their job. What's happening is many people are leaving the police force because they're getting sued. They're ending up in court. They're looking over their shoulder before they do their job. Now, I know that I'm a libertarian. I have strong libertarian instincts, certainly. I'm a conservative today, but I have deep-seated libertarian instincts. Mm-hmm. I don't like police who abuse their power at the federal level or the local level. But you want to think about who's actually suffering in the name of one or two rogue actors at the local level. It's all the other people that are dying, not at the hands of police officers. I think it's a made-up myth that that's actually what's happening in the country. They're dying at the hands of their fellow violent criminals on the streets of places like the south side of Chicago or Kensington. And so we can chat Black Lives Matter till we're blue in the face and blame the police officers. But the reality is, if we really care about Black lives, we're going to be addressing the wave of violent crime in places like San Francisco and Chicago and Philadelphia. And we just got to have the courage to step up and actually do it.
I agree. I strongly agree on that.
Yeah, that's very much facts.
Taj, didn't you say something earlier?
What, about me being...
Yeah.
Oh, I was finna say earlier, I was saying I came from a single home before. So in my opinion, I don't feel like it's an excuse to say because I ain't have my dad in the house, it's the reason why I act like this or act like that. I feel like it's more on the person. If you believe what you want and you have your mindset right, I feel like you could do anything in this world.
I agree with you on that. And many of the most successful people I've met have come from adversity of some kind, right? We all go through hardship. Hardship is not victimhood. And I think you set a great example to say that you shouldn't think of yourself as a victim just because you did grow up in a single parent house or because somebody pushed you down because you're a kid or because any other reason that you could give yourself for thinking of yourself as a victim. But I do believe that when you think about the role of government policy, I don't want to subsidize the kinds of behaviors that do make it harder for people, right? We want to set people up for success. Part of that message is no matter who you are, I believe you can achieve anything you ever want with your own hard work and commitment and dedication. And so thank you for saying that. That's probably the most important part of it. But if you're asking me about, education policy and then how we worry about, some unevenness in how families are set up to do well, I certainly don't want the federal government playing a role in giving people incentives, false incentives, to live in single-parent household rather than dual-parent ones, because all else equal, I think for most kids it would be better. All else equal, every unique family is different, but on the numbers, all else equal, it would be better if we didn't subsidize people to live in single-parent homes rather than dual-parent homes. But you're right. I mean, I think just because you grow up with, you take a president who I disagree with on a lot of things. FDR, right? He was a man who was, I don't agree with his New Deal agenda, but I got to say the guy led us through much of World War II. And do you think he would have done it and had the fortitude to do it if he didn't have polio and if he didn't end up in a wheelchair? Probably not. I don't know for sure, but that toughened him as an individual and gave him strength, right? So hardship was not victimhood. Hardship was something that helped him discover who he was. Does that mean we want more people to end up in wheelchairs? No, we don't. But as an individual, the hand you're dealt is the hand that you start with, and then you ultimately derive your identity from that. So I think it's a little bit different when you're first personal versus saying at a policy and countrywide level, do we want that for everyone? No, we don't, but both of those things can still be true at once. And I love the fact that you're willing to share your story and give people inspiration through that as well.
Yeah. And I got another question. One more question. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Just one question. This is
Come on,
important,
bro.
bro. This is very important.
All right.
Okay, so, I know you got a lot of haters out there that say, you haven't held a political position yet. So because of that, you're not ready to be the president. So I want to know, what do you have to say to those people?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on what people want, right? The beauty of our country is that the people get to decide, at least if the system works the way it's supposed to, for most of our life, and I intend to keep it this way, the people who we elect to run the government are the ones who get to run the government. And so my job in this is to let people know who I am and what I stand for. And what the people want, that's their choice and not mine. And so I think, I'll share with you my opinion, I think when it comes to the role of being the chief executive of the executive branch of the government, it is better to have an outsider who doesn't start with the biases of how the bureaucracy runs in Washington, D.C. I think that's a good thing. I have built successful companies. I've led thousands of people. I've built multi-billion-dollar enterprises, gotten approved drugs to patients. It's a multi-billion-dollar biotech company that I built from scratch. I'm proud of that. I think those are achievements that will help me as an outsider be more effective in running the executive branch of the government. I've written 3 books that offer a clear vision for the country. I'm 37 years old. I would be the youngest president ever elected if elected. I'm the first millennial ever to run in the GOP for U.S. president. And I do have a clear vision for this country. But my job in this is, I'm going to let you know who I am and what I stand for. I'm going to do it without mincing words. I'm going to do it without just telling people what they want to hear. There's an old saying from Thomas Sowell, actually, a guy who I love and respect.
That's my favorite dude.
What you know about that Thomas Sowell, Vivek?
That's our
You
guy.
guys are fans too?
We love
Thomas.
Thomas.
He has words of wisdom we'd do well to remember. I think one of his, I'm going to misquote it slightly probably, but the basic gist was, if you care about somebody, you tell them the truth. If you care about yourself, you tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep.
What I do in this campaign is I try to speak the truth. And whether people want to vote for me, that's their choice, not mine. But my view certainly is that we are going to do better as a country if we have a true outsider in the White House rather than somebody who believes in climbing some hierarchy. For me, it's not even political ambition that brings me into this. I don't think about being a politician. If I did, I would start my career differently, run for Senate in Ohio or something like that.
Right.
That's not my aspiration, though. I think there's an opportunity to revive our missing national identity. I think I have a vision for how to do that, especially in reaching the next generation of young Americans who I think we should be proud of being Americans again. I think I have an ability to help lead that, as well as some of the other policy agendas that I care about, shutting down the federal bureaucracy, declaring independence from China. These are things that I know how to get done, grow an economy.
Yeah.
And, if you believe with me that an outsider can get that job done, then vote for me. But if you want somebody who's had experience in government, then vote for somebody else.
Right. That's excellent.
That was
well
a great
said.
answer.
Well said.
Let me ask this the last question, Vivek. So how do you say it, though? Vivek or Vivek?
Oh, thank you for asking. I appreciate that. So it's Vivek like cake.
Vivek.
It rhymes with
Vivek.
cake.
Vivek.
Okay.
Everybody says it wrong.
Okay.
We so sorry. We've been saying it wrong.
Yeah, facts.
That's all right. We spell it. I mean, I spelled it in a way that was just destined to be pronounced wrong. But it's like, if you put that little accent on top of the E, like the Spanish accent, it probably would get it about right. Vivek. Like
Vivek.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
I know
Jose, they put the E, it's like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you're in the pharmaceutical world. So how do you feel about marijuana? How do you feel about decriminalizing marijuana? What is your stance on
So
that?
I was in the pharmaceutical world. I'm not
Oh, yeah,
anymore,
no,
but that was
yeah.
where I built my first company. I think it should be decriminalized. I think it is a farce that we have a local regime where it's decriminalized, where the federal government says wink and nod, look the other way. We got to catch up with the times. It's not a popular position in the Republican Party, but again, like I said, I'm going to speak the truth, and whether you vote for me or not, it's your choice. I think the time has come to decriminalize it.
Cool. Thank you so much.
All right, guys.
This was excellent.
Appreciate
This was
the
great,
conversation,
man.
and
Hopefully we'll see you
keep up
again
the good
soon.
work. And
Yes, sir.
Dallas.
Thank you for
Are you
your
gonna be in
time.
Dallas? You gonna be in Dallas?
I'm sure we'll come to Dallas.
Yeah.
Let's
I
do
think
it in person.
in August. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you in
we'll do
person,
this again.
man.
We got to rock and
Yes,
roll.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your
All right,
time.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Bye.
Yes, sir.
That was
All
great.
right,
Man,
y'all.
that was great.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that went well. He was
Man, this
cool.
gonna be cool, dude. He's
See what
down
that
to
chat
earth.
saying.
Yeah.
He's the most down to earth president.
He was
elect
cool.
that, I've ever seen.
Candidate.
I enjoyed talking to him.
I enjoyed talking
Taj
to
gotta
you.
open it. But I just think, man, that's just gonna be so hard, man, because I really like this guy. But when Trump came back, like what was that, 2 days ago?
Oh yeah, chump.
I was loving how Trump was coming. But I just like
Vivek
that
too
this
genuine,
young
bro.
lion
He's too
heart,
genuine,
man.
and
He
he's
just
young,
he just got the lion heart in him.
And I just feel like he really does have like America in his, like he wants America to be great. Really, like he
You want everybody to win in America.
He wants everyone to win. He wants
Yeah.
yeah.
We wanna be the best
Every
country.
I don't
ever.
feel like he has like a political agenda.
See,
Doesn't seem like.
bro, I was confused at first about like the school
school
situation,
thing? Yeah.
but I do get it. So he's basically saying he's going to do the same thing with the school, kind of with the police. Like if you're not doing your job at where you're at, you're just going to be defunded.
Yeah.
And I think that would help.
I think
That's a
it's
good
kind of
policy.
like when you're back against the wall. You know, you're forced to
Yeah.
either sink or swim.
Yeah.
You know, so
Because there's
that's
a lot
what
of
he's gonna
crooked
do.
police in little in areas, and they're getting paid the same as good policemen
Yeah, and
somewhere
the bad
else.
ones make the good ones look bad. You know, like he was
Yeah.
saying, like the cops who do kill innocent people, and then you got the cops who really genuinely want to be cops and do their job,
cops,
but then
yeah.
they get sued and all this stuff when they're really trying to help people and stop crime. And people scream Black Lives Matter to the police, but they don't even matter to Black lives half the
I
time.
really like
that
this.
is crazy.
I really like the school stance, but at the same time, bro, I think that's gonna be a little difficult, man. Like, just how are you gonna get the kids to the school?
They
If
gonna
I
have
want to go
bus-
to this school, if I
He
live
said
in the
they're
hood,
trying to put the money in the parent. They're
They gonna
trying
have-
to get more money in the parents' household.
so what is that? Is that gonna stop? Not stop, but like, is that gonna help a parent get their kid to that school? What is he gonna Uber with that money, or is he gonna?
The mom, maybe she can help them get to school or on the way to work.
But-
How they people take their kids.
But
to school
I'm gonna
now.
keep it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I know schools still gonna
Work
find a way to
started
pick them
now?
kids
Okay.
up.
One thing I noticed about Vivek though, he kept talking about bringing people together.
Vivek,
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
trying to
that's
bring
what
people
he's-
together.
He
unite the
is
people.
for Remember that Denzel
This
thing we
country's
watched the other
divided
day,
right now.
and it was like it's not about like how you fix. It's about love and that and all that. I feel like he's with that, man.
Yeah, the country's very divided right now.
It's
We do
extremely
need
divided.
someone to come in and save us, man. Because I've never seen it this divided until I don't know who came in and made it very divided, but it has been very divided. I think, bro, when COVID hit,
COVID,
COVID
social
changed
media.
everything.
what was the guy's name again? That got
Don Lemon.
not Don Lemon, man. The guy that
said the
got
one that
choked
looked
by
like-
the
We should
police,
have asked
man.
him the Don Lemon question.
I was thinking
Dang,
that. I was thinking that, but I
forgot.
thought I wasn't like I'm not gonna ask him that.
He was just
I just really wanted to ask him those two questions.
the guy that got
Yeah,
choked
no,
though. What was the guy that got choked?
Dude that got choked?
as well.
That was in Minnesota.
Are you
On the
talking
bus.
about George Floyd?
George Floyd. When George Floyd happened, a lot of like dividing happened.
A lot.
Ferguson, Missouri. Remember to have the riots. You don't
The
remember that?
internet came with a lot of caring.
The
Like, it was a
internet-
lot of.
I feel like the internet boosted it, bro. Like not boosted it, but it put a magnifying glass on everything.
Yeah, it made it so big.
Yeah.
Like, cause like every time I woke up during that whole period, I was seeing something crazy every day.
Chat talking
every
about
day.
we trying to beat Trump. Hey, I'm cool with either
We trying
one.
to beat Trump.
I'm
Yeah,
cool with
rocking
either
Vivek,
one.
man.
Look, I'm cool with
I'm
either
rocking
one.
with Vivek,
Literally,
man.
let me call somebody right now. Chat, watch this. Watch this.
Yeah, no, I think that went really well though. I really enjoyed talking to him.
That was
It
actually
did.
fun.
I know.
That
Y'all want to know something
He
that's
gave
crazy?
really long answers. Like
He was in depth. He
was-
answered your
did-
question to the max.
He don't play. See, that's
don't
what I
play.
like about him though. 'Cause
You don't want to argue with
he
him.
ain't- Oh, I'm just gonna
He
do
gonna
this.
get on your ass.
Boy, I don't want no smoke. I don't want
Hey,
no.
hello. Hey, now, Dad, I know you've been a Democrat all your life. Who you trying to vote for in the next election? Oh, wait, who you said?
Say Trump
Why Trump though? Why?
made a mistake.
What was the mistake though? What was the mistake?
Well, the mistake is Joe Biden ain't live up to. I really think they conning the black community, man. The Democrats.
Like, how are they counting the black community there? Like, what is something that you've seen?
We have not. The black community have not risen under they tutelage, man. You know, it's like all these promises, but ain't nothing. I know you got to get out and make it happen for yourself.
Definitely.
You know, but the money and the business was flowing more with the Republicans, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You know, right now you can't. Me as an independent
Entrepreneur.
truck driver,
Yeah.
it's causing all kind of money to make money. They shut down companies. The freight prices are low. It's just, you know, independent people and I making it out here. They making it to where you gonna have to damn near go back and get under
And depend on them.
one of these basically under one of these big giant companies, somebody that's paying them. You know, one of these big huge conglomerates, and you'll be right back under their tutelage when you used to can make it. and live good doing what I'm doing.
So you was eating under Trump.
Yeah, man. Trump was opening up the business. You know, hey, if you use your head and do stuff right, you can make some money, man. You
That's
can
crazy.
do good business wise. You know, for it being responsible about what you do.
Yeah,
That's all they saying.
you need to check out this young dude Vivek, man. You need to really
Yeah,
check
I like
him out.
Vivek more than
Y'all-
Trump. Man.
y'all wanna know
I like Vivek all
I'ma
the
call
way.
you back.
man.
Yeah,
I
I
like
like
my
Vivek a
vote,
lot, man.
Y'all remember, speaking on what your dad was talking about, you remember our Uber driver was explaining to us about like when Biden came in Austin, he was like, bro,
Yeah,
I started
he
making
messed up his
money.
job, yeah.
He said, I ain't, he's like, bro,
He
I
was
really
an
Asian
Asian
became
guy,
broke.
the Asian guy.
He had a PhD.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
He was like, bro, I really became broke like when he came
He's
president.
driving Uber now.
Yeah, he driving a whole Uber. He had
I'm rocking
he was
with
a whole
Vivek,
engineer,
man.
bro.
Vivek is my guy.
Nah, it's crazy. Vivek said they not gonna let Biden run against me.
Cause he gonna eat him up on there. They don't want
That's
look.
crazy stuff.
Biden gonna hit this.
Nah, Biden is crazy, guys.
He go
That
buttermilk.
video we
Buttermilk
made.
Gonna say boy, shut your ass up.
That video we made about what was it called again? Send this to your Democratic friend.
Yeah.
That was crazy, guys. That's coming out.
No,
I know
if he
y'all probably
tries
seen
to
it
argue
before.
with if they're on there having a debate,
Oh, it's gonna get bad.
boy, that's gonna be the worst roast session of all
Man,
time.
That's not gonna happen.
There was a couple questions I wish we could ask.
Oh, it's a bunch
I
of
wish we had
questions.
more time. But I'm telling you,
question.
hey,
One
Dallas,
in Dallas.
we trying to
Yeah,
trying to do
Dallas.
something.
We need to find a podcast
we're talking
room
to
in the
their
area.
people.
Yeah, I gotta
We're
miss
trying
that
to do.
one,
We're
guys.
trying to do
That
Dallas,
sucks,
man.
man.
I'm gonna have to miss
Maybe
it.
you could tune in like this.
You definitely could.
Maybe tune in like
Yeah,
this.
we
Could do
probably
that.
got to do that, man. Be wrong.
I
We
have to
can't
do
we
that.
can't have you not there. Be wrong.
I want to be there, but my buddy.
You know, it's 2023. You can get there virtually.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That would be great, man.
So
Get a sit down interview with Vivek, no Zoom. That would be even better.
Oh, that would be fantastic, man. I really
shake
want
his hand.
Tucker,
And we
though.
had to get suits for
I
that.
want Tucker,
That day
bro.
we need suits.
I want Tucker
We're gonna get Tucker and Vivek, and we're gonna get all of them, man.
because I want to really know, like, what do you think about? We know the media is corrupt, definitely, but I want to know, like, how corrupt. Like, is it not even a reliable source anymore?
Yeah, that's
We're the
something.
reliable source.
Like,
Come to
I
us.
feel like we more
speak
reliable. I feel like we more reliable
We
than
said
the
we
news.
think. We don't have no agenda. We said what we think for real.
now
Yeah.
people was upset about the last video we dropped with the fishermen.
I
Yeah,
know.
they
I
weren't
told
messing
you they
with
was
it.
gonna be upset with that.
Yeah, it was
You-
very.
I
It was very
literally
the guy
told
was
you.
playing very victim. Like, just tell him
He
what
was.
he did, move along.
He could have just said his
think he
address.
was,
That
man.
same
That's what
thing
I'm
has
saying.
happened to me 1,000 times. You say your address, they leave you alone. That's
know,
all he
okay.
had
I
to do.
think he was playing
Sorry.
victim at
He
all.
wanted to get some TikTok views. Keep it 100.
That is
Yeah, he
true.
wanted
I'm gonna
to be a
keep it
victim.
100. If I see a dude like me in my neighborhood, I might ask him a question.
Wow.
I'm
Somebody
joking.
said that.
That's crazy.
Somebody said, "Hey,
I'm joking.
that's a good neighborhood to me." You got random neighbors walking up to somebody. What are you doing here, buddy? I seen that. That was so funny, man. Oh man, yeah, that went very well, guys. I'm excited for what the future has to hold with these podcasts.
Thank you
And
guys.
it's
Yeah,
cool.
hey,
Yeah, thank y'all so much.
podcast
Thank y'all
coming
for
soon.
tapping
A
in.
real podcast coming soon, y'all.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some big guests on there. That's the biggest
we
thing.
can do it, man.
Yeah, that was a good. That
We
was
had a
great.
mini podcast today. This was a small taste, y'all,
Yeah.
but we had an excellent guest.
Yeah,
excellent guest.
And I'm glad y'all tapped in, man. Y'all made it great. Y'all made it a lot of fun.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate all
thank
you
y'all,
guys.
I think we good.
Yeah, we good. I mean,
All right,
see you guys next time. Tune in to all the videos. We got something dropping later, guys.
lock in.
We gonna see y'all, man.